We all have this spark that makes us wake up every day and do what we do. The things that I'm doing when it comes to impact female founder, raising strong community, having a fund that invests in diversity and female founder is a need, is not something that's nice to have. Hello, Kane. How are you? I'm so happy to see you today, and I'm very proud to have you on my podcast.
Thank you, Molly. Pleasure to be here, and thanks for inviting me. It's always great to share the wisdom that we're going to share today with the world, so I'm excited.
Amazing. What can I say? Since we met, you enter into my life, into my world like a fire. And when we thought about having a podcast, having a discussion with top voice, with I thought about someone that can really send a strong message out of Silicon Valley, out of California. I have to have Kane on my podcast. So I'm so super happy to have you today. So Kane, maybe we will start with you telling us what is keeping you busy these days.
For the last, so I'm 42 years old. Since I was 20 years old, I started my first company, and I've run 38 of my own businesses. So what's keeping me busy today is my current mission. And my current mission is really to empower entrepreneurs and business owners around the planet with the best practices to rapidly grow their businesses in a way that they're excited and passionate. So you got to balance two things as a business owner: having a great lifestyle and building your business. And to be honest, most business owners who have never been trained properly sacrifice that. Part of evolving yourself is getting on the map or the mind of more people. And having worked with 3 million people around the planet, I speak in stadiums of 5, 10, 20,000 people, all the time when we have live events going on. And then I get to meet, I haven't met 3 million people personally, but I've engaged with them. I can ask them questions from the audience, and then I meet tens of thousands. I used to meet thousands of people every week personally, shake their hands, talk to them about their businesses. And online and offline, we're constantly serving. It allows us to expand our consciousness. And I think that that's one of the most important things is you get around somebody who's got expanded consciousness in that area you want to grow in. Richard Branson has been a longtime colleague of ours that we've worked with. We've brought him to lots of conferences and events and gotten to learn a lot from him. And he used to say to us that a mind once expanded can never contract. And I believe that. I believe a mind once expanded can never contract. I believe a heart once expanded can never contract. And I believe a wallet once expanded can never contract. Once you expand your thinking around how you engage with the world and how you love people and your appreciation and gratitude and how you make money, it will never go back. So I'm not actually answering your question, which I'd like to address, which is the gender-related thing. I think it's important that that we do respect the fact that different people, even different cultures. Hey, as an American, there's certain things that I think and engage in that I needs to be understood or respected if someone's going to approach me and want to mentor me. Same thing is that when I mentor women now. Alessia and I work together, and I'm lucky enough to have an extraordinary woman who's equally, if not more, amazing and bright, as I am, which I love, and that's why I married her, because I wanted someone who could challenge me, who could kick my butt, who could call me on my stuff and say, no.
Yeah, I saw it.
I love that, right?
Let's talk about Germany. I know you very related to Europe. It's not just living abroad and running business and coming from time to time to some conference. I know that also Alicia, but you also very related to Europe and also to Germany. What I want to ask you here is how it looks from the outside. How, I live in Berlin. I was born in Tel Aviv, but for me, sometimes I'm the crazy person in the room, I'm the overachiever. I'm the one that, putting all this pain point outside. How do we look from the outside when it comes to the culture, when it comes to the fast? Because, Americans are super fast, overachievers. It's something that you see this as a majority, also Israelis, but how it looks from the outside, the German market, the European market.
So the way I look at German culture specifically is that there's a lot of classic, feelings like, everything is very well designed and very high quality, right? And that by culture, German culture tends to be a little bit shyer of marketing, branding, and sales. It's not necessarily the first thing that they are dropped in. It tends to be more of you become really good, you get really educated, you get your certifications, your degrees, you design excellent products or services, and people will come to you because you're so good. And there are advantages and there are limitations in those beliefs. So what I think is the most important thing for every culture, no matter where people are listening from, is understand what is a limitation so that you can break through those limitations and expand your ability to make a bigger impact in the world, no matter who you are or where you're from. Entrepreneurs understand they have to get to the market quickly, not just to beat competition, but also to start getting feedback, because you cannot be right in business and nobody cares if you're right. What they care about is if you're serving the market and the customer. The individual customer just cares, does your service or product solve my problems and do it in the way I want it? And it's very hard to do that isolated in an office. And so we need to get to the market immediately to start to get feedback and learn. And so we have to be willing to go out there unrefined, where things are not perfect, where things are not, and maybe even far from it. Maybe they're sloppy and messy. And I, in fact, often say with people, if things are going to work in your business with a product or service, they're going to work sloppy or messy. In our product division of our company, we teach product business owners to go out and do pre-sales before they even have the product built. That way they can start to get immediate feedback. So that's why you want to move quickly, is to start to get the refinement, because you're not going to build a business correctly from scratch. Never happens, never will. You're going to make mistakes along the way. You might as well get those mistakes made quickly so you can iterate.
Exactly.
The second reason is that people are trying to do things by themselves. And there's this essence of, especially for men, by the way, just to give a little, note back to the male essence. Male character is a lot about being a hero. And in fact, even little boys, we grew up loving heroes: Superman, Batman, Iron Man, all these superheroes in these Marvel movies. We love the idea of being a superhero and saving the world because of us. It's a very strong egocentric thing for males. And so we often think, I need to figure this out by myself. Now, women don't quite as much have that relationship. And in fact, since I have two boys and a girl, I've gotten a chance to see the encoding from society, from movies, from all of the toys and all the things that we engage them in. And if I look at how much Disney movies we watch, right, the male-oriented movies are a lot about the boys becoming the hero, and the girls are engaging communities to come together. It's a very interesting, thing. And so for everyone, they should start to seek help faster. You don't want to wait to get help. You want to get it at the very beginning. So many people think, let me lose the weight and then I will go get the fitness trainer. Let me get in shape and then I'll go get the fitness trainer. It doesn't make any sense. You want to get the trainer and the coach and the advisor when you feel out of shape, overweight, flabby, fat, totally out of energy. When you feel like, I need the help, that's when you get it. And it doesn't mean you have to hit rock bottom. That's the other thing. People say, let me go try it myself and make mistakes. Look, you can, but you're going to waste a lot of time. The third reason people don't succeed is that they're too afraid. They've got all sorts of fears. And they're surrounded by people that tell them, you shouldn't do this, you can't do that, it's not going to work. And so they start to build all these fears. Fear of failure.
Again, coming back to culture.
Totally. Culture, friends, family, you name it, the fear. And even individual fears. I mean, my youngest son is 2 years old. He's already demonstrating a lot of shy tendencies. It's just born that way, right? Personality born that way. So he might already have fears of people and communication. Well, as he grows and as we encourage him to be an entrepreneur, he'll grow out of it. He'll evolve out of those. Every human being can evolve into whomever they want. You were not set by your identity. You were born with your own beliefs, and then you can evolve and change everything. Everything is recodable and reprogrammable in the human brain. And so people who are stuck in their fears, they just simply do not take any action or do anything.
Totally.
So the next one is that they're simply not clear about what to do. They don't know what to do, and therefore they don't take action. Somebody who's not clear about what steps, they simply don't know, what they're going to do, and therefore they don't move forward because they're not clear. And finally, they're not connected to the resources that they need, so they don't feel resourceful, and they don't feel like they have the resources around them. So they feel like, why even try? I don't understand it. I don't know what it takes. I don't have the things around. I don't have enough money. I can't do this. And so this feeling of I can't do it comes along. So what I'm saying is these 5 things are not real. They're just the things that get people stuck. And the reality is that there are resources, there are teams, there are companies. And people hire us. People hire us for $100,000 a year to mentor them privately. They get into our training programs for a couple $1,000s. And some people say, oh my gosh, mentoring and education, it's so expensive. And when you look at the return on the investment, it's actually tiny. It's infinitesimal. It's ridiculous. I mean, I've invested millions of dollars into consultants and advisors and coaches. And if you want to break it down so those numbers are not so large, sometimes I just pay a $300 ticket and I go to a conference. and I learn from great people. Sometimes I buy a $25 product online, or a $500 product online, or a 300 euro, whatever. I'm constantly looking for ways I can be learning. There are resources available. There are people to help you, so you don't have to get stuck in any of those 5 big challenges.
So thank you so much. Bye-bye. Thank you so much.